Thank you, Dr. Baghli. Thank you to all of you. And very grateful to be here in Baghli Island in Philippines. So thank you very much. And my presentation today is about the global, multidimensional, holistic and personalized integrative therapeutic approach. For your information, I do it in 40 hours, in 5 days. So for those who are interested, I can do it in the future. But today, I will do it in 40 minutes. So it's a little short presentation, because for getting all this approach, you need 1 day for nutrition therapy, 1 day for orthomolecular therapy, 1 day for neuroemotional therapy, 1 day for neuroexistential therapy, and other day how to make transgenerational trauma as cultural next for your being well. So I will show you today about my approach, and thank you for listening to it. So it's me. I'm from Tlemcen in Algeria, and you have to know that you are a citizen of each town you live there for 6 weeks. Also, if you go for professional activity or holidays, it's not suddenly that you go to one town or one place of work. So you are not only the citizens of, I am from Algeria, my parents are from Tlemcen, my country is Algeria, but I go to, example, Tokyo for 6 weeks. So I am citizens of Tokyo, and when I go to holidays 2 times or 3 times, and total is 6 weeks, you are from this town. So, and there is a secret, because you go to this town. It's a part of you or a part of your parents, and maybe of a part of your kids. So there is a secret story in every part of the world. So if I come to Baghli Island, it's only for 5 days. I need to return a 5-week order to be a citizen of Baghli Island. So this little presentation about me. So I be president of PSOM last year. Yes. So for this therapeutic global approach, I received different distinctions. The first one is in January 2014 by Professor Gilbert Crissol of Antoine Béchamp Institute. I received also in Jaipur in India in February 2016 International Lifetime Achievement Award. And in April 2018 in Japan, Hall of Fame in orthomolecular medicine. And I received also a validation of COVID-19 therapeutic treatment protocol by orthomolecular by an international scientist committee made in 2020 in India. But it's by Zoom because it's time of, COVID. In July 2021, I received in Algeria, my country, validation of teaching of approach by the Ministry of Health. And in April 2023, I make presentation of approach at the National Institute of Global Strategy in Algiers, and it's depend directly of presidency. So it's like official introduce of this. And I was invited by more than 4 universities in Algeria in the East-West Center. So we are glad that the open mind is my country, and I work for all countries the same thing. And of course, in June 2023 in Sao Paulo, in Brazil, I was introduced as ISOM president, maybe for this global approach, because We cannot stay only with orthomolecular medicine, only with nutrition. We have to add like how to make microbiome, the gut healthy, the emotional, existential, the posture, the semantic we use to exchange, because it makes a new reality and change our life and life to all of you and all who is with you, with us. So, like me, microbiome, semantic also may change life. So don't forget. Is it? Yes. Yes. So the integrative therapeutic approach, first of all, is global. So all the experts, you can add your specialty here, because there is no one true reality. My reality is only my reality. The true reality is the mix of all what we can exchange between us to make it nearly the reality. That's not the true reality. Of course, it's multidimensional, so we can have someone like use different techniques, osteopathy, medicine, Chinese, other therapy. So everyone with his specialty can have a vision with this integrative therapeutic approach. It's not like a way to use, it's a matrix, and to make it with your own knowledge. It's holistic. Emotional is really important. You smile, you have a biology of the life, and you can be healthy, and you can have a new biology in your body. You are sad, your biology is different. So you can be your own doctors by being in your self-choice and your existential choice. So I will share about it. And it was personalized. You know, the world exists in every person, and the person exists in this world. So macrosome in microsome, microsome in macrosome. So sometimes we say we have to know the world. But maybe if you know yourself, you know the world, and you can know God also, because you are the creature of this world. So you are the world, every one of us. So if you are in car, there is a red light, and everyone who passed behind you, front of you, don't forget that it's a life of humanity in everyone. So be grateful to God to know this. What is the benefits of this approach? That we use, sorry. Okay. So the benefits that we have to take a view about physical symptoms, of course, that we have, because it's the physical aspect of given disease, that emotional and mental promotes long-term healing and gets to the roots cause of the disease. So it's really important to don't be only on physical symptoms. You have to have a view about emotional and mental healthy. And also spiritual helps patients be in touch with their inner self and favorizes self-healing in the long term. I can share with you what is spiritual intelligentsia. Spiritual intelligentsia is to be open to more than the better of your better dream. Because there is sometimes things that you don't know can be for you. So don't make your best dream as a limit of your life. So it's to be up than the better of your dream. So open mind and you are welcome. Do therapists benefit from this approach? Yes, by using emotional accompaniment, mental, physical, prevents burnout, improves effectiveness, and strengthens credibility, and boosts confidence and develops effective therapeutic posture. So you have to be in posture of therapy. You cannot, if you are afraid with a patient, you cannot be in posture of therapy. And sometimes a patient can remember you a part of your problems. So you cannot in posture to be in accompaniment with him. So be in posture first of all, and make a situation that you can understand your patient, but not to be emotionally in the problem of your patient by the memory of your self-patient. So sometimes we cannot be doctors of our family because it's our family. But sometimes a person who we don't know him, but the problem is the same of us. So you cannot be his therapist because you are not in posture of to be therapist because his history is same than your history. So it's really difficult to say can you be in posture of therapist because you can have like a brother, like a friend. So he can make a time to be like in accompaniment. So you can maybe be a therapist of your family, but you have to be in detachment to do it or not. So posture, therapeutic posture is really important in your professional getting works. So what is it for patients? It's to understand the discomfort, illness or illness, and go to the root cause. The root cause is to be really in a healthy way, because if you not treat the cause of problem, the problem can return second time. Try a conscious raising process that leads to awakening and evolution, and take the path of to healing. Empower participants in their own good health, because to be healthy, you have to be a conscientious citizens and responsible of your good health, and become active partner in their own treatment. So a patient has to know, has to be inside this approach, because he is the part of therapy, and there is like quantum connection between the therapist and between the patient, like between husband and wife, like there is entity of couple. In this way, there is an entity of couple in therapy way. It's not in love way. So be careful. Sometimes a direct and long silence view of 20 seconds can make a couple entity without knowing that. Disease is only the organic expression of a life that has not been lived by the passion as they desired when they were in good health. This is my definition, my expression about disease. So, if you are in your life, you will be healthy. But if you get a life that is not yours, there is a problem. And subconscious can make a desire for you to forget your problem. So it's like a friend that's a simple friend who don't know what is the best for you, but maybe it's the best. So make a solution to your life, your subconscious, give you a healthy life. Because you are in life. What support do I provide through this approach? Neuroexistential support and neuroemotional support and nutritional therapy, of course, orthomolecular therapy, and the therapist's posture. It's really important. You have to be in posture of therapy, or you aren't. When you know that you aren't, you are a good therapist, because you can send your patient to another therapist, and you are a good therapist. When you know what you can, you are a good therapist. When you know that you can, so do it. And you have to ask this question every time you have a new patient. And you have the answers by your heart in less than 3 seconds. So you can say yes or no. And if you listen to your heart, you had a good answer. And if you don't listen to your heart, maybe you will have some problems in the future with this person. Also in business, also to make it like your partner or your friend. We have the answer before, at 3 seconds before to exchange, because all the information about our connection exists before time, and we can have the answer at the beginning of the meet. So it's really maybe philosophic, but it's really really interesting to get this information for you. What is neuroexistential support? So there is how to explain. So mainstream medicine, and what about with medicine and neuroscience? Human experience and human existence. Human in mainstream medicine consider only organic and physiological illness, depression, and burnout. But in medicine and neuroscience, in human existence, we considering freedom, responsibility, meaning of life, and life your mission in your life. So the neuroexistential approach sees this experience as part of the normal process of development and maturation of a human being. So being healthy is more large than you can imagine. So please check this and get a reflection about yourself. You can be healthy by thinking about this, about your life. How is it now? And if you are inside what you desire, what you hope in your life, you can be healthy, because the biology of your life make a healthy biology for you, and you are the only responsible of your how to be healthy. And if you are in connection with yourself, and of course with God, if you know yourself, you know God. If you don't know yourself, you are in ignorance of God. So it's like a connection between spiritual and existential life So if you are in biological equal, you are in equal life in your everyday and every way to think. So stage of awareness on self-recognition. The power of intuition through the activation of the sixth sense. That's what I said. In less than 3 seconds, you can ask a question, you have the answer. You know, there is an experience by a department in USA with Joe Dispenza that they find that there is 43,000 cardio neuron in our heart, and we can have the answer from our head. There is a brain in intestinal. There is a brain in brain. But there is also a brain in our head. And there is 43,000 cardio neuron. So you have to know that you can ask your heart that if it is the answer in 4 seconds or more, it's not an answer from your heart. It's an answer from your social condition. So if you want, it's like istihara. So if you want to ask a question to your heart, you have the answer in less than 3 seconds. Don't forget that. Sorry. And the power of introspection through the activation of the seventh sense. Introspection, the seventh sense is that you see, I can drive or not. I am tired, I cannot drive. I will take taxi. If you don't know what is possible for you, it's a risk. You can go to burnout or sleeping, example for driving. But our subconscious, if you go to an oil station and if you don't accept to make time for relax, he tell you, okay, but I will bring your feet at the door of toilet to get adrenaline and to drive 90 minutes with wake up. So our subconscious can find way when you don't accept to listen to him. But if you use it a long time, it can make accidents because you don't listen to your seventh sense. So seventh sense is introspective. Yes, I can. No, I can't. And when you say no, I can't, that you can because you know your limits. The individual entity and couple and family. You have to know that a couple is not 2 persons, it's 3 persons. There is one individual entity, the second individual entity, and the couple entity. When you go with your wife or when woman go with her husband to a reception, if he go himself, it's one entity. If she go, it's another entity. And we ask, why your husband or why your wife don't come? Because it's, and if they come to different time in the same day, it's not like they come in one time, because the couple entity is an energy of this couple. And when you are in therapy, there is also an entity between you and your patient. So be careful what you say. Be careful how you smile. Be careful how you look. Because you can create also couple entity. But it must be therapeutic couple entity and it's more safe. Do you understand? Yes, I do. So the cycle of start of personal genesis and existential crisis. It's important. I will share about it. Every 6 years and a half, it's a new part of your life. Example, when you are in couple, in 6 years and a half, you give all your personality to your wife, and the wife gives all her personality to her husband. And 6 years and a half next, so in 13 years, she gets her own personality. So if you are married for 13 years, you are new person in your new life, because it needs 13 years to restart your new personality. So if you are married like me for 26 years, we are in new life at the third time of our entity card. Okay. And also it's important to get harmony in all 5 existential hearts. This is really important because there is professional heart, societal heart, personal heart, financial heart, and spiritual heart. I will share about it next. No matter. And harmony with the energy of organ. Do you know what is organ? Organ has shared by Dr. I will share about it next. And it's about orgasm. So sexuality with spirituality and respect make good health. Sexuality with spirituality and respect make good health. So it's Dr. Raj. We will share about it. Nutritional and neurotherapeutic support. Conventional, intuition in neurotherapeutic support. Conventionally, intuition is often associated with extrasensory or paranormal perception. Intuition is rather seen as a natural ability of human beings to capture information through their hearts beyond the 5 senses. And it's the sixth sense. So listen to your heart. There is a lot of song about it that you have to do it. And if you want the best moment to ask your heart for your choice, it's to wake up at 4 a.m. and to give a good question when all is quiet, and you have answered in 3 seconds later, less than 3 seconds, and you can do it. It's the good way. That if your heart say no, so it's no. It's not no all time. It's no these days in this place, because the reality is about the question, the place, and the time. So, formula tap to provide intuition, it's 4 a.m. Learning to be intuitive, patient can learn to better understand their own existence and make decisions that are more in line with their true being. So now we will share about what is the 6th sense, emotional intelligence together with the right action. So, like I say, intuitive response from the heart is in less than 3 seconds. Ask and listen to your heart. What is the 7th sense is the power of introspection. The ability to have a look at oneself on the limits of physical and mental capacities, as well as on physical and mental achievements. What is the individual entity? The singularity is referred to the specific way each individual manages their space, time, relationship, and possession. So every person is different. So the way how you do make to explain your singularity for your individual entity. The IIMO is the innate iterative modus operandi that defines our authentic self and through which our singularity is manifested. So, police, FISC, also in airports, they know how traffic can be made because there is methodology of works. Also in your life, everyone has a way to use his IIMO. It was individual. Maybe you can change it if you change your microbiome, but it needs 3 months. And also to don't be GABA-less, because you have to make an equal in your L-glutamine, also inositol, also complex B, can give you the possibility to get in 3 months a new personality. That you have to know before what is the problem to get outside and to get to be healthy in your individual entity. So, personal genesis. Here, there is lots of theory. There is theory of 7 years. So, every 7 years, there is a process. But I think that it's 6 years and a half. So, example, you from birth to second 6 years and a half, you are in majority to go school. And between 6 years, half and 13, you be in maturity to resolve problem. That's between 13 and 19 and half. You go to immaturity by a crisis, and you can resolve it at 26 years, and you go mature. That in 19 years and half, you can get your majority, like administrative, to get driver card, driver identity, passport. But you have to make your possibility to be free from all program of your between 6 years and half and 13, and I will explain. Couple entity. There is a transfer between couple every 7 years of personality. And this is important to share, that there is a notion of the fantasy zone and the subconscious, and there is a territory according to entity. And if you want to be healthy, you have to be in organ entity. It means sexuality, spirituality, and respect in your life. So it's really important. Family entity. There is ascendant relation, parents, descendant relation, children. The biology of the child is the psychology of the parents. So if the kids have a problem, it's that you have a problem, and the kids keep in your eyes the reality of your problem. So we make a new reality for you by getting ill. So if you come to this congress, maybe the day before coming, there is like a little fever, a little pain to your kids that, Mom, don't forget me, give a phone time to time, I am here and I love you. So do you understand that being ill, it's like an exchange, and to give more presence to the kids with parents, and of course with mom. Lateral relation by siblings, and transverse relations with the family in-laws. So it's important to know the difference and to get respect for every part of entity in leadership relation. Okay. So midlife crisis between 39 and 42 is the result of unresolved conflicts from adolescence. There is 80s crisis. It's the resurgence of conflicts after the phase of societal and family duty fulfillment. And Maybe you can do the 120-year crisis of existential if you get a long life. And if anyone is lucky enough to live that long, he can make a new personality, new identity, and get a new life. So please make it when you are in midlife to get a new life in your own life, because you can live a new life in your own life if you know there is only one life. So please get your own life in your life. And it's really important. How to deal with those crises? Harmony in the 5 existential health and the impact on the quantum alignment between the authentic and self and the social self, between authentic self and social self. You have to manage. So there is the 5 existential health: professional, personal, intersect, social, personal, intersect, and extrinsic, financial, and spiritual. In personal, all what you decide in your life is true, because you are what you are now by the way you decide. And all what you say in your life is the good way, because you are what you are, because you say it at one time of your life. So never say, I didn't have to decide it or to do it, because you are, by this way, what you are. A quantum alignment between the authentic self and the social self. Social self and authentic self. How to be your authentic self? Sometimes we say that all people are actors, soft act, and only the actor are not actors. So you have to be your own self, and you don't need a mask. You can use it for carnival, that's not for your life. Be simple, it's better to be healthy. Bringing up the authentic self, who am I before being told who I am? This is a good question. Listening to my internal voice that leads me on my own path. Deconstruction, the limiting belief that build the social self, eliminating the impact of concerning childhood's message: be perfect, be strong, hurry up, please others, make an effort. You have to. When you know what is the part of you, it's not staying inside you, because it's in you if you don't know it. We can share when we get 40 hours training. Now it's 40 minutes training, and I have only 5 minutes to finish. Dr. Wilhelm Reich, he was a psychiatrist and psychoanalyst. He shared about the harmony of organ, coined the term organ, which combined organ and organism. And it's mixed between sexuality, spirituality, and respect. So nourish the human body, replace blockage, balance physiological function and energy. It's the result of a spiritual and lawful sexual harmony through conscientious respect, exchange, and sharing. Negative organ results from unbalanced sexuality. It is a source of frustration, blockage, malfunction, and desire. Desire genesis. Every desire occurs within a period of 7 to 9 months after emotional conflict experience in solitude without a solution on a borderline terrain. Dr. Rick Gildhammer. So desire is like a kid next pregnant of 7 to 9 months. How do I proceed with the neuroemotional support? Emotional release, verbalization, movement, writing, art expression, grief work, therapeutic forgiveness work on the release of personal trauma and transgenerational trauma is really important. Automolecular support, the pursuit of optimal health through the design of individual need based by biochemical support. How do I go about automolecular support? Personalized, effective therapeutic dosage of vitamins, trace elements, amino acid, and coenzyme to supplement deficiencies and detoxify the body. You can use the oligo go check or compound analysis or Aosolex to get intracellular level of vitamin, amino acid, oligo element, and coenzyme. A clinical and biological indicator of orthomolecular supplementation with vitamin D in Dr. Mind therapeutic approach. The golden rules of vitamin D. When vitamin D levels have not been checked, nothing has been done. First. And ways of vitamin D intakes in the therapeutic integrative approach. Supply vitamin D defensively by combining vitamin D to magnesium and vitamin B complex without using calcium, because calcium is in saturation, and if you want to make yogic activity, you have to add magnesium and complex B. You can use calcium, but like lactoserum, calcium, or vegetables juice, green, it can be yogic calcium active. Ways of vitamin D intake in the therapeutic integrative approach. Supply vitamin D deficiency by combining vitamin D3 to magnesium and vitamin B complex without using calcium. Wonders of 20,000 unity of vitamin D days increases vitamin D by 8 nanogram by milliliter. So if you give 200,000 unity, you making increase growing by 8 nanogram by milliliter. Rule number 1, I will check it quickly because I'm near in my time. Rule number 1, when vitamin D level has not been checked, nothing has been done. Rule number 1. Rule number 3, any borderline or chronic disease is associated with a vitamin D level lower than 30 nanogram by milliliter, and also microbiota can be not good. So this is important to know. All patients with disease, if you ask vitamin D, you will have less than 30 nanogram by milliliter of level of vitamin D. Can you? Yes. I will read rule number 3. Any burnout or complication in a degenerative chronic disease is associated with vitamin D level lower than 20 nanogram by milliliter. So if there is burnout or complication in disease, of course in degenerative chronic disease, you can find a level of vitamin D lower than 20 nanogram by milliliter. Rule number 4, any act of aggression or life-threatening prognosis is associated with a vitamin D level lower than 10 nanogram by milliliter. Rule number 5, good health is associated with a vitamin D level of 90 nanogram by milliliter. If you want to be healthy, you have to get 90 nanogram by milliliter of vitamin D. Rule number 6, to achieve the goal of healing, it is sufficient to reach a vitamin D level range between 80 and 100 nanogram by milliliter after making the Eastern unwavering and irrevocable decision to help. It's not enough to get a good level of vitamin D. You have to also decide to be healthy. So it's emotional and biology. So the biology of life is really important also. Impact of vitamin D levels in the body. And this is really interesting. Yes. And so, level down than 10 nanogram, vital prognosis evaluated, and acting out. 20 nanogram and less, complicated chronic degenerative disease and burnout. And if it's less than 30 nanogram by milliliter, chronic degenerative disease and you are in borderline. And if you are between 80 and 100 nanogram by milliliter, good health, being good. And 80 to 100, it means 200 millimole by liter to 250 millimole by liter. If you use millimole by liter, it's 200 to 250. So don't forget that. That's mixed with microbiome. It's really important because it's not only vitamin D. It's a part of reality, but it's not all the reality. Vitamin B6 activates magnesium, magnesium activates vitamin D. The vitamin B complex should always be associated with magnesium and vitamin D. I will finish. Sorry. Rule number 8, calcium should never be associated with vitamin D3. Rule number 9, to support a patient in neuro-existential and neuro-emotional care, they must have a vitamin D level between 80 and 100 nanogram by milliliter, because below 80 nanogram per milliliter, the patient may be in biological melancholy or depression. Rule number 10, supplementation with vitamin D3 associated with magnesium and the B complex vitamin is based on the following plasma indices. A daily morning intake of 50,000 units of vitamin D provides 2 nanogram by milliliter of plasma levels, and twice a daily intake, of course, give 4 nanogram by milliliter. And the rule number 11, vitamin D supplementation, if we increase 25,000 is 1 nanogram. Rule number 12, the level of vitamin D and magnesium should be retested 3 weeks after the end of therapeutic intake. I will finish. The follow-up is done according to the result of the assessment and based on the same basic principle with the notion of biological control of value 3 weeks after the end of vitamin D3 intake. Rule number 14. The fact that the vitamin D level decreased despite taking vitamin D associated with magnesium and the B vitamin complex only indicated that the body needs are significant and that the supplementation should be renewed according to the same principle. Rule number 15. There is no toxicity beyond 100 nanogram by milliliter of plasma vitamin D level. There is just a lack of magnesium and the vitamin B complex to ensure proper use of the plasma vitamin D stock. Rule number 16. The vitamin D level in a healthy child is naturally higher than or equal to 90 nanogram by milliliter, and for that they don't get the Delta COVID, if you remember. Rule number 17, vitamin D3 supplementation is identical for adult, children, and pregnant women. There is no weight variation. The only variance is the plasma vitamin D level. Rule number 18, regardless of the plasma magnesium level, magnesium supplementation is systematic with vitamin D3. And the last rule is number 19. In adult, magnesium supplementation is systematically associated with the B vitamin complex without the importance of B vitamin dosage. We can have importance of vitamin D dosage for other things. But to get supplementation of vitamin D, it's to be present. It's like you. You can be present 1 day or 2 days, but the most important that you are present today. And because the essential information that the vitamin D provides is a cofactor and not the amount provided. And Nutritional therapy is to use natural, biological, colorful, locally sourced and seasoned food, eliminate the 3 white spice poison, white sugar, white flour, and maybe cow meat if all what we give to cow. Eliminate genetically modified, raffined and processed food. Eliminate transhydrogenated fats in favor of natural oils rich in omega-3 and 9. Choose a healthy method of cooking, slow cooking, pressure cookers, steaming, and healthy extensive. Of course, hydration, natural treated source water, not channeled water contained in vegetable and fruits. Of course, water from biodegradable, maybe ozonator content, water in contact with clay vortex water. And hydration is really important, but I will share another time. Importance of fasting, it's boost immunity, it's really important, anti-inflammatory action, and promotes good mood. Practicing fasting is really interesting, from 12 hours to 16 hours. Eating 2 healthy meals within 24 hours. The best way is to get a breakfast one time and eat later. Other recommendation: respect of the pH, repair leaky gate syndrome, consume lacto-fermented foods, consume natural prebiotic and probiotic, avoid antibiotic and gastric antacid. Favor alkalizing foods, favor foods with potential for detoxify heavy metal and pollutants, favor foods rich in antioxidant, color food rich in polyphenol, and food with anti-inflammatory potential like curcumin, omega-3, dried figs, olive leaves, and germinated seeds. And so I will finish. Physical activity and harmonizing the electromagnetic environment to limit the negative impact of electromagnetic smoke on that. Thank you very much, and don't forget the therapist posture, and don't make it awkward. Stay cool, and all can be very good for you. And thank you very much.